In a world that constantly tries to connect us through cold digital screens, we find ourselves feeling more isolated and lonelier than we ever have before. The constant noise of the urban jungle drowns out the quiet whispers of our own souls, leaving us disconnected from the very essence of who we are. But did you know that while loneliness can be a cold and dark prison, solitude is actually a magnificent palace where you can truly find yourself? Again, today we will explore 7 keys to transform your inner emptiness into a sustainable and powerful force that will guide you through the modern world's complexities. The first step begins with silence. It is in the quietest moments of the morning that the most profound truths of our existence finally begin to surface. We often fear the void, yet it is within this very emptiness that the seeds of our greatest strengths are planted, waiting for the right moment to grow. Solitude is not an absence of company, but rather a deep and meaningful presence of one's own self in a world that demands our constant attention. Elsewhere, to walk alone is not a sign of weakness or social failure, but a brave choice to embark on the most important journey of your entire life. When you stop running from the silence, you begin to hear the music of your own thoughts, playing a melody that only you were meant to understand. Let us unlock the first 2 keys of this transformation: the power of radical acceptance and the delicate art of deep, honest, and revealing internal self-inquiry. Key number 1 is accepting your own presence. Do not flee into the distractions of social media the very moment you feel the weight of being alone. By sitting with your discomfort, you strip away the masks you wear for others, revealing the raw and beautiful reality of your true and authentic inner self. The second key is the art of self-questioning. Engage with your fears as if you were speaking to a wise and trusted friend who knows your heart. Ask yourself why you feel restless. Is it the silence that scares you, or the realization that you have been ignoring your own needs for too long? When you look into the mirror of your soul, do not look away. The answers you seek are buried beneath the layers of noise you have accumulated. Every question you ask is a step closer to the core of your being, where the true source of your untapped power and wisdom resides waiting. Moving forward to the third and fourth keys, we find ourselves stepping outside our digital bubbles and reconnecting with the vast and ancient rhythms of nature. Key number 3 is connecting with Mother Nature. In the wilderness, you are never truly alone. You are part of a grand and living cosmic design. The trees do not judge you, and the mountains do not require your attention. They simply exist, inviting you to share in their timeless and silent strength. When you align your breath with the wind, the heavy burden of your individual identity begins to dissolve into the vastness of the natural world around you. This connection reminds us that we are but a small part of a much larger story, bringing a sense of peace that no screen could ever provide. Key number 4 is establishing digital boundaries. In an age of constant notification, the act of turning off your phone is a radical declaration of freedom. Silence from the digital world allows the internal voice to grow louder. You reclaim your time and your focus from the hands of distant and algorithms. True freedom is not found in the ability to speak to anyone at any time, but in the power to be unreachable when you need yourself. As the sun sets on your digital life, a new moon rises over your inner landscape, illuminating paths that were previously hidden by the glare of screens. We now enter the 5th and 6th keys: the liberation of creative expression and the profound wisdom found in the Stoic practice of letting go completely. Key number 5, create for no one but yourself. When you engage in art without an audience, you heal the ego from the constant need for validation. Whether it is painting, writing, or playing a melody, the act of creation in solitude is a sacred dialogue between your hands and your hidden heart. You do not need to be a master. You only need to be present. Let the colors and sounds express the things that words simply cannot capture. This is the process of self-healing. By bringing something into the world from your own solitude, you prove to yourself that you are enough as you are. Key number 6 is the art of stoic detachment and letting go. Release the exhausting and heavy burden of wanting to be understood by every person. The world may misinterpret you, and friends may drift away, but your internal value is not a commodity that is subject to the opinions of others. Accept that you cannot control how others see you. When you stop seeking external approval, you become the master of your own joy and your destiny. Like the tree in autumn, let go of the expectations that no longer serve you. True strength is found in the ability to stand tall and bare, Now we arrive at the final, most transformative key, the practice of purposeful solitude, where walking alone becomes a deliberate act of great personal heroism. Key number 7 is purposeful solitude. You are not alone because you were abandoned. You are alone because you are forging a much stronger version of yourself. This time you spend with yourself is an investment in your soul. It is the forge where your character is tested, refined, and eventually made truly unbreakable. When you return to the world, you will do so not out of a desperate need for company, but from a place of overflowing and abundant peace. Your relationships will become deeper and more authentic because you no longer use people to fill the empty holes within your own fragile and lonely heart. You have learned to be your own best friend, and that is a gift that no one can ever take away from you, regardless of life's many changes. Every journey of 1,000 miles into the external world must first begin with a single, courageous step into the vast landscape of your own soul. Are you ready to make peace with the silence? Are you ready to discover the incredible strength that has been hiding in the shadows of your loneliness? The path of the solitary walker is not easy, but it is the only path that leads to true and lasting freedom in this noisy and chaotic world. We are all travelers on this road of life, and though we may walk alone, we are never truly isolated when we are connected to our essence. Share your story of solitude in the comments below. Let us build a community of those who have found their strength in the beauty of being alone. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey through the art of solitude. May you find the peace and the power you have always been seeking. Continue to explore, continue to question, and most importantly, continue to love the person you are becoming in the quiet moments of your life's journey. Welcome to the kingdom of your own mind. Welcome to the palace of solitude. Hello, dear friend of the deep and the beautiful inner silence. Remember that even the smallest action, when done with intention and presence, can be a powerful step toward reclaiming your internal peace and your power. The journey does not end here. It is a lifelong practice of returning to yourself, again and again, until you are finally and truly at home. May your solitude be fruitful, and may your heart be full. We look forward to seeing you in the next chapter of our shared human experience. Stand strong in your own truth, and let the light of your soul guide you through even the darkest and most uncertain of times ahead. Carry this light with you as you move forward. Let it be a reminder that you are never truly lost when you have your own compass. You are the architect of your own silence and the master of your own soul. Embrace the beauty of your unique and wonderful solitary journey. Fly high, stay grounded, and never forget that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with your very own self. In the garden of your mind, let the flowers of wisdom bloom. Nurture them with the water of silence and the sun of deep and honest self-love. Step by step, you are creating a life of meaning and depth. Do not rush the process. Let it unfold naturally in its own perfect and divine timing. Find comfort in the simple things. A warm drink, a good book, and the quiet company of your own thoughts are the true luxuries of a life well lived. In the vastness of the cosmos, your solitude is a sacred space where you can connect with the infinite and the eternal nature of all that exists. Find your balance, find your center, and when the world becomes too loud, remember that you always have a place of refuge within your very own heart. The roar of the world is nothing compared to the power of a focused mind. Let the water wash away your worries and leave you refreshed and clear. Your story is being written every day. Make it a story of courage, a story of depth, and a story of a person who dared to be alone. Even in the driest deserts of your life, there are hidden springs of inspiration waiting to be discovered if you are willing to look deep enough. Inside, your eyes are the windows to your soul. Let them reflect the beauty you have found in the quiet corners of your own extraordinary and unique existence. Solitude is the bridge that allows you to cross from a life of distraction to a life of intention, purpose, and deep, meaningful and lasting fulfillment. The 7 keys are now in your hands. Use them wisely, use them often, and watch as your world begins to transform in ways you never thought possible. You can be in the world, but not of it. You can be part of the crowd while still maintaining the sacred and inviolable sanctuary of your soul. Every moment is an opportunity to practice. Every breath is a chance to return to the center of your being and find your strength once again. Navigate your life with the wisdom of the stars and the steadiness of the tides. You are the captain of your own ship in this vast ocean. As we close this chapter, Remember that the silence is always there for you. It is a friend that never leaves, and a source of power that never fails. Rain or shine, the internal weather of your soul is something you can learn to master through the dedicated and patient practice of purposeful and creative solitude. Seek the light within yourself, and you will naturally become a beacon of light for others who are still lost in the dark and noisy shadows. The words have been spoken, the keys have been given, and the path has been shown. The rest of the journey belongs entirely and beautifully to you. Goodbye for now, brave traveler of the inner realms. May your heart remain open and your soul remain free as you walk your own unique and solitary path. Be still, be bold, and be yourself. The art of solitude is the art of life. We are with you always, in the shared silence of our souls.